Hello everybody, welcome back to the Farming Simulator 25 map guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at Riverbend Timbers 4X. But before that, this video is brought to you by Scooter's Workbench and Mervyn Knots. Thank you for being farm barons. So the Riverbend Timbers 4X map, which is a base game edit of Riverbend Timbers, can be found over at realisticgamingcrew.com's website. I will have a link to this page down in the description below. Once you land on this page, if you want to download the map, well, we just click on download here, and it's going to take you to Realistic Gaming Crew's Google Drive. And from here, we're going to be able to click download and download that to our downloads folder. Then go ahead and move that into your mod folder in order to play the map. Now, something else that you may want to get from Realistic Gaming Crew, and that is some modified vehicles, implements, and tools. So to do that, we're going to go to their main homepage, and we're going to go to Explore Mods. We're going to pick FS25, and from here, we're going to download the Realistic Gaming Crew FS25 edits. And again, we're going to want to put this into our mod folder, and then activate it when we do activate the map. And from that, let's go ahead and kind of jump back over to the map itself and take a look at what we've got going on. Take a look at the PDA. At the heart of Riverbend Timbers 4X is going to be Riverbend Springs, and that's what we have right here. So you can see kind of the vaguest of outlines of the base map, Riverbend Springs. We've got the long road that runs across the entire southern part of the map. Of course, we have our river that bends and ups and goes around the main town area here, and then comes off to the east. But if we scroll out, well, we can see there's far, far more on this map than just Riverbend Springs, and that is because the base map has been put in the middle of this 4X map area. To the north, we have a dirt pit at Farmland ID 99. We have pay dirt cut over here to the northeast. South of the map, we have a limestone pit, we have the large lake, and we have a large coal mine in the southwest corner. We go over here to our farmland screen, and we click on the main farm here, which is going to be Farmland ID 1. We do own Farmland ID 1 at the start. It includes the main farm, as well as a fair bit of land to the north of that, which was that small residential area. Goes all the way up to the road just north of the bakery, and of course includes all the way over here by Ben and the tailor shop. It also includes this large lake to the south. We take a look at our pay dirt. Well, we're going to get $2.8 million is what we're going to need in order to buy Farmland ID 99. Our pay dirt cut is going to be 69 hectares in size. It's going to cost $1.2 million. Our limestone pit is going to be part of Farmland ID 75. It's going to cost just over $1 million. And the coal mine is going to cost $1.3 million. Something else that you may notice is a large portion of these fields to the north that would typically have been crops are no longer crops. These are now either forested areas or areas that have been cleared out and could be used to either put trees back in, or you could create fields and plow this area up and put fields back in it. But overall, this map is predominantly intended to be a forestry focused map. With that said, though, we do have all the standard crops available to us Farm Sim 25 on this particular map. And our crop counter, we have our standard crop counter available to us again on this particular map. We have the starting cows at the main starting farm. The main starting farm area is fairly unedited. I think some trees have been pulled out and everything, but other than that, that is about all that's going on there. With respect to contracts, we do have all the standard contracts available to us here on this map, including wood transport, rock removal, and dead wood. Take a look down through our productions. Once again, we have all the standard Riverbend Springs productions on this edit. Now, these productions have been renamed, but they are all here as they are on the base map. There are none that are owned, and there are also no custom productions at this point in time that are pre-placed or are placeable that would include things that you can do with those added fill types. Now, I don't doubt that soon Realistic Gaming Crew will have custom productions available on their website that you can add to your save game and then make use of further refining those new fill types like dirt, limestone, coal, and pay dirt. We take a look at our sell points. Pretty much we have all the standard sell points once again that are included on the base Riverbend Springs. If we come down here to miscellaneous though, you'll see these new added fill types. They are coal, coarse tailings, coking coal. We have fine tailings, gravel, iron, limestone, pay dirt, and that should be just about it. We have some sand here. And yeah, that is going to be it. So right now, if you do go and start digging up those new fill types, the only thing we're going to be able to do on those is sell them. But I do, again, expect to see further refinement possible with the inclusion of a mod pack, hopefully in the near future. With respect to starting vehicles, it's pretty much going to match the starting vehicles on Riverbend Springs. So the Challenger MT635, the FarmTech EDK 650, the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 planter, John Deere 3650, and John Deere 980 cultivator. We have the Massey Ferguson 8570 harvester. We have the corresponding header and header trailer again for that harvester. We do not own any hand tools, and we do have the standard 25 Riverbend Springs collectibles also available on this map. Now, if we jump up here to our vehicles, I want to talk a little bit about the Realistic Gaming Crew's FS25 vehicle and implement edits. So we did add this to the map, and the reason we added this to the map is the trailers that are included in this pack, as well as the buckets and other tools, are going to be modified to work with all of these new fill types. So you will be able to use these trailers and these buckets when it comes time to collecting and mining that material. And again, the only thing we can do with that material at the moment is going to be to sell it for profit. So you can see down here we have a large collection of buckets for the Volvo wheel loaders. And again, all of these have been modified for those new fill types. Let's just jump up here and check the trailers out, the base game trailers, and see if they have been included in these fill types, or again, if we have to use those modded ones. So it looks like our base trailers may go ahead and pick up on those new fill types overall. So that is a good sign that possibly you may also find that modded trailers are going to automatically pick that up. But that's not always going to be the case, because somewhat is going to depend on how the modder has coded the trailer. Now, at this point in the video, we would typically go and kind of take a look at the starting farm area and the other player farms. It is basically going to be Riverbend Springs, so there's really not a whole lot of detail that I think we need to focus on the base starting farm here. Everything is, as I said, exactly how you're going to find it on the base map. It's been a little while since I've been on base Riverbend Springs, so it looks a little bit different than the Stevie edit that I am used to working with, but still, I think maybe at the most some of the trees have been pulled out. There was a large tree here, if I'm trying to remember correctly. So, but overall, the buildings, the animals, and the fields immediately surrounding the starting farm have remained untouched. Now, if we take to the skies a little bit and just kind of quickly look around, you can see at how the map has been modified and how there are now far, far more trees available on this map. All of the missions, all of the contract missions, they are going to remain. So we do have the ability to build out the pirate ship. We're also going to have the ability to restore the grain mill. We do have secondary farms on this map, just like we would have them on Riverbend Springs. So this one is to the south, down by the big lake. We have the horse farm, or the horse riding area, just to the south of town. Again, there we have our grain mill ready for restoration. And then to the north of that, we have another possible player farm. We have our BGA, as we have learned to know about it on Riverbend Springs. We have a sunflower maze. We have our other player farm here at the farmer's market. We have the farm up here on the hillside. Then, as I said, you can see all of these forested areas which have been added in the newly expanded portion of this map. Now, with respect to performance, when we get up here to kind of a fly mode and we get well above where you would normally be as a player, you can really see how trees pop in as you move around. And as such, this map performs very, very well with respect to lower end systems. So on my test system, which I use, that has AMD integrated graphics, so no dedicated graphics card, with my low end system settings, which I will put a little tick mark up in the upper right corner if you haven't seen those already, I'm getting frames anywhere between 30 and 35 to 40 frames per second, depending on where I am on this map. Now, that might not sound all that good, but with frame gen, it is actually rather smooth to the eye because we are looking at 60 plus FPS, fairly stable throughout the entire map as I kind of move through areas of dense trees and other buildings and such. Now, up here to the north, we have our large mine. So we have a whole big pile of what's classified as dirt. So you see we've got dirt up here, and then, well, it just continues, right? So the dirt is piled up as we continue down and come down here into the mine. All of this is dirt. So you're going to be digging and scooping and clearing the mine of dirt for quite a long time. As we continue to move across the northern part of the map, again, you can kind of see where the map has been extended and where we had fields before. Some of these fields are now forested areas, and other areas have been somewhat cleared away, but could be fields again, or you could just plant trees in here. But up here to the northeast, we have pay dirt cut. And that's going to be directly in front of us here. And again, this is going to be a fill type that we're going to need to be able to use a bucket for. Scoop this up and put it into a trailer. And we can sell this if we want. Now, I did notice in some of these waterways here behind the spinnery that we also have what appears to be pay dirt cut, but this time it is in water. So here we're going to be able to kind of scoop that out of the water. Kind of a neat little addition. Making our way south of town, we're going to come over here to then our limestone pit. Now this was the map edge. Right, so here we have duckies. This is the map edge. And at this point, we were not able to use this tunnel. But on this edit, well, since the map continues, we are able to make use of this tunnel. And then everything on the other side of the tunnel is, of course, going to be brand new playable map. Just to the east of the large lake, again, we have our limestone pit. full of scoopable limestone. On the other side of the lake, we now have a very large coal mine. And there's a fair bit of coal just out here in the open. But a nice detail that I like is we can actually go underneath the mine, or in the mine, in order to further extract coal. So here we have the mine entrance. And we can see we've got just a lot of piled up coal here between the ceiling of the mine and the floor. Then we have another entrance or exit to the coal mine down here. Now this is technically to the north of our original entrance. And again, as I said, right now there are not productions, at least not productions that I'm aware of, that are going to be able to make use of these fill types. Those will be coming, I hope, to Realistic Gaming Crew's website, and then you'll be able to add those to your map, and then obviously be able to then make use of those in further processing these fill types into other usable products. That's it. I mean, overall, this map is Riverbend Springs with, of course, a significant change in focus from agriculture to forestry, and then the addition of the dirt pit, the pay dirt cut, the limestone, and the coal, as well as the pay dirt within the rivers over here on the east, really do add another gameplay element to this map. Now, I'd like to know your all's thoughts down in the comments below with respect to Riverbend Springs edits in general, as well as Riverbend Timbers, this particular edit. And until next time, happy farming.